So finally, this is your task here, your homework. So let's check it. So expand your structure demo program. The goal is to allow users to add new customers. So the requirements: adding a new customer should add a new customer structure to your array list. In other words, we want to add something to the array list, which is kind of like our database, right? And then also add a string for the customer to the list box. We want to be able to see the name of the new customer as well in the list box. So the way it's going to work is that someone's going to fill in, the user is going to fill in the first name and the last name and the age and this will automatically be filled in because that's the name property. So they're going to fill that in. Now I said this incorrectly at the beginning video of this lecture. I said that it was going to happen through a message box, but it's going to happen through the normal GUI. Okay, it's going to happen just through this GUI here, through this interface here. So anyway, when this happens, when they fill this in, of course, it has to be entered in two places. The results have to be entered in two places. They have to be entered into the array list and into this list box. So as I said, we're always doing it that way. We're separately entering them into the array list and the list box. That's kind of a strange way to do things, but that's the way we're doing it. So next is you add we need to add this button. That's what it says here. And then error control. Your program should refuse add requests unless everything is provided. So email, age, first and last names are provided by the user via, so it should refuse with a message box. Should say, no, you can't do that. And it should refuse to add exact duplicates. And the way that he wants you to do that is to define and use a custom isDuplicate function. So if you define such a function, then you can say, if isDuplicate is true, then give a message box telling them that the customer already exists in our database, so don't add that customer again. So that kind of logic. And then customer display, clicking any customer in your list box should display its values in all 5 text boxes. Okay, so that's what you're supposed to do for homework. In this lecture, we continue our customer example with array lists, a special data type provided by the .NET Framework. Array lists, right? It's kind of like an array, which allows us to easily work with collections of structures. So collections means we have many customers. Each customer is made out of a structure, and then we have many of them in our array list. We made our own array list called My Customers and used it to manage storage of customer structure instances using ArrayList.add and ArrayList.remove. We also discussed some related topics, overriding methods using the overrides keyword toString, and full use of the message box. There's much more to learn about array lists, most notably ArrayList.itemIndex, used to fetch the element at the specified index, similar to arrays. Very useful for accessing array list elements in a for each loop. So you take an array list and you put it in a for each loop, and you read each element in that array list in one iteration of the loop, and then you read the next element in the array list in the next iteration of the loop, and so on. Okay, that's that.